futures.
Building your child's financial future starts earlier than you think, and it starts with Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union. With the Kids Credit Union, families can take simple, achievable steps today that lead to big outcomes tomorrow. We believe small, consistent saving habits build confidence, responsibility, and lifelong financial stability. Your child could graduate with up to $10,000 to kickstart their future. We're more than a bank. We're a long-term partner in your child's life. Stop by your local branch today and let's start their journey together.
At Wedman's, we've crafted our new sandwiches with layers and layers of deliciousness.
Is there any way you can
Each one is made fresh with our very best ingredients, like hearty breads made with grains from near our stores, premium cheeses, and freshly carved meats. We've packed big, delicious flavor into every bite for sandwiches that are endlessly good.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
Jamestown, New York is where innovation meets sustainable growth, fostering a vibrant community of creative, dedicated people who truly love where they live. It's a place where you can build a fulfilling life with excellent schools, quality healthcare, and a cost of living that supports your ideal lifestyle. Blending small-town charm with easy access to big city amenities, Jamestown is the perfect place to live, work, and raise a family. Jamestown, New York, the pearl of opportunity and balance.
There's always something happening in Lakewood. Kids can climb, swing, and play on our brand new playground, while grown-ups shop, sip coffee at Ryder's Cup, or catch live music at Hartley Park. Hit the courts, sail the lake, and explore our library and local markets. Lakewood brings neighbors and visitors together with fun around every corner. Lakewood, New York. Come play, come stay. Where good times live.
Welcome back to the second segment of this week's CCS Sportscast. This segment, we're talking about NBA playoffs. What a year for the NBA so far. Highlights of this NBA playoffs. You got Nuggets, Timberwolves upsetting the Nuggets in Game 6. Cleveland going to 2 Game 7s in a row. I think that was kind of crazy. Speaking of Cleveland, they get swept. They get swept by the Knicks. I thought Cleveland was gonna probably take this one in 6, maybe even Game 7 there, but they get swept by the Knicks. And this is gonna be tough for the Knicks. Let's look in this Game 7. So, in Game 7, their leading scorer was Cat with 19, but one big thing on the starting lineup at least, and then there's 2 people on the bench with over 10 points, and Miles McBride and Shamet there, but OG Anunoby 17, Cat 19, Mikal Bridges with 15, Jalen Brunson with 11. Josh Hart only having 6 points in that game is kind of crazy, but he had 11 rebounds. Cat had 14 rebounds. This team as a whole is such a great team, and Cleveland, it's just very unfortunate. Not much Donovan Mitchell can do. He has 31-4-1 in this game. The next top scorer was Evan Mobley with 15, and then James Harden with 12. To me, I think it's just great. Donovan Mitchell, to me, is one of the best players in the league. He's probably averaged 30 in the series. I'm not going to say as a fact, but he's probably averaged close to 30 in the series so far. And they get swept. I think this Knicks team is just very well-rounded, is a good way to put it. Very, very well-rounded. So Jordy, who came in here a couple weeks ago, is the biggest Knicks fan ever. Well, also my friend Joel's, but they're just some of the biggest Knicks fan ever. And I've been rooting on the Knicks since my Lakers lost. But I'm kind of scared for the Knicks here because you're either going to play San Antonio or OKC. As of today, Tuesday, it is tied 2-2. There's a game Tuesday night, which is already going to be passed. But It's 2-2. I really hope that the Spurs make it through the series. One, because I think what OKC is going on with, like, what they call foul baiting or, like, stuff like that, Shea's getting to the line so much, and I think it's kind of annoying at this point. But I just do not want to see Shea go back-to-back for MVP, back-to-back for finals. I just think he's not, like, he's the best player in the league. But I think it's more like you swap who I think should have been the MVP in Wemby with Shea. I feel like the OKC, obviously it's kind of tough because OKC has bigs, but I feel like OKC would be a lot better because they have such a good team. When the Spurs, it's more like it's young. They have, Stephon Castle's great. Dylan Harper's great. Devin Vassell's great. But it's more like, I feel like you switch their shoes, and it's like Wemby, I think, is like, better there. Hope that Spurs take this one, but it's either going to be Spurs or Knicks or OKC and Knicks, and I honestly don't like that for the Knicks either way. My prediction, my real prediction, not what I want to happen, I think OKC is going to win in 7. I hope Spurs take it in 6. We'll see. Next week we're probably going to be into the finals a little bit, so we'll see. Next segment with Tarv Skunk's general manager interview, so we'll see you guys then.
"70 years ago, it started with ink, paper, and a promise to do things right. Today, that same promise powers something bigger. JRSC Digital, where tradition meets speed and ideas turn into impact. From custom apparel and bold signage to targeted direct mail and promo products that get noticed, we don't just make it, we make it matter. Fast turnaround, local service, trusted for 70 years. JRSC Digital. Consider the possibilities."
Life moves fast, but the moments that matter slow us down. Runs, weekend games, road trips you'll never forget. It's all about getting there safely, comfortably, and together. At Schultz Chevy, we're here to help you find a vehicle that fits your family. With space, reliability, and peace of mind you can count on. At Schultz Chevy, built on trust, driven by family.
From our lot to your driveway, we reach at Schultz Chevy, where every deal feels like a win.
To enlist into the National Guard, you first have to contact a recruiter. So either calling up your local office or going online and finding who your nearest recruiter is. So you talk to the recruiter. Once you speak to them and you schedule an appointment, you come in. Don't be afraid to come into our office. Coming in does not make you have to join. It's just answering any questions that you might have and seeing how we can help you get there.
Hello, I'm Sebby Gibbs. We're back on the third segment of CCS Sportscast, and this time we're joined by Tarv Skunk's general manager, Christian Dolce. How you doing today, Christian?
I'm doing good, Sebby. It's good to be here.
Yeah. So thank you for coming to start. But the first question is, what's your history with baseball? So, like, did you play? And if you did, like, who'd you play for? What'd you play?
Yeah, definitely. So I've played baseball, or been around baseball, I should say, my entire life. I started at 4 years old, played baseball here in the Jamestown Babe Ruth League, and played up through that, through the all throughout my childhood, and then started playing for the high school at Jamestown when I was in high school, and ended up playing one fall semester, we'll say, at John Carroll University. It's a Division III out in Cleveland. And then the spring semester is when COVID hit.
Yeah.
So ended up taking a step away from baseball. It was just too much with COVID going on and being away from school. And so been around baseball my entire life, but, played baseball, and now I'm in this role now as general manager of the Tarp Skunks. So it's been 20 years. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate that, a lot of sports had to end during that COVID time. But so how long have you been the GM for the Tarp Skunks so far?
Yeah, this is my 4th season, which is hard to believe. This is my 6th season. I've been with the team actually since the first game of the Tarp Skunks. So when we first came back in 2021, I was an intern. I was working the ticket window. I remember that. And it's been cool to see the growth. And 4 years as general manager has been a lot of fun. Didn't think when I took this job I'd be here this long. Not in a bad way, but it's just it's been a lot of fun. I love what I do.
So have you always wanted to work in sports, and in specific, have you always wanted to do something correlated with baseball?
Yeah. I think when I was in high school, that's when I started to realize I really like sports, and it'd be interesting to get into the business side of sports or the player development side of sports. So I went to college, did my degree in sports management, business. And then even when I first started as general manager, I was very, set on I want to be a general manager of a professional baseball team. But now as I've continued to, work and be really full in on the business side of stuff, it's been more like transitioning, okay, it'd be fun to be in on the business side of sports as I've gotten that experience. So now I'm open to anything, in the future. I'm here with the Tarp Skunks for now, but 20 years down the road, who knows what'll be out there. So right now I like working in baseball though.
So you said you went to college for this, but is it needed to go to college to become a GM and do what you're doing right now?
Yeah, I think that college definitely has its benefits. You learn a lot business-wise. You learn a lot about leadership. You learn a lot about, I think you learn how to run facilities. You learn how different facilities are run. But I think what's most important is the experience you get during those internships. And through my time interning with the Tarp Skunks, obviously that set me up for a really good opportunity as general manager now. I just continued to grow and take steps each year I came back. For sure. But also I had some internships in college that also played a really big role into how I do things today. So the experience is number one. But to answer your question, do you need to go to college? I'd say yes, absolutely. There's connections that you meet at college too that I still talk to who work for professional sports teams, and we bounce ideas off each other. So it's nonetheless, it's good to make those connections with people too. Yeah,
good experience. So what's your favorite thing about being the GM? Been it for 4 years, but what's your favorite thing overall if you had to choose one?
Yeah, there's a lot. I'd say really though, and it's not to sound cliche or anything like that, but it's really just being in the community. I grew up a mile away from the stadium. I went to the Jamestown Jammers games as a kid. I was down there all the time, rode my bike down there, walked down there, and I had a super fun time as a kid. Now I'm in this role where I get to sort of put on these events for kids, for the adults in the community, and it's been really fun just to see how, so many different people love coming to Tarp Skunks games with all different backgrounds, and we do a lot of community, interaction. So I think really that's the best part is you meet so many people. The relationships are great.
So to kind of counter that, what would you say the most stressful thing about being the GM is?
Yeah, there's always just a lot on your plate. I think, even just this week we had players come in and it's, I'm trying to balance the business side of stuff, the financial side of stuff, the interns that are coming in, the merchandise, tickets. And then on the other side, we have players who just came in and it's do we have enough practice baseballs? Do we have bats ready? Do we have all these other things? So, the wide variety of things that I cover is sometimes a lot. It's a little stressful, but you just kind of break it down into different pieces. But I'd say there's no bad parts. I'm very lucky I get to do what I do. But that's probably the one part where it's like, oof, you're stretched pretty thin, put it that way.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, what do you think the outlook for the season is? What do you think?
Yeah. From a baseball standpoint or a business?
Baseball.
Okay, so baseball, we have a lot of returning players. I believe we have 7 returning players from last year, and we had an all-time record-breaking season last year from the baseball side, where we broke our wins record. We won our first playoff game ever in franchise history. So to return not just only 7 players, but 7 quality players we had last year is huge. So I think we're going to be really competitive, no doubt about that. And our league is always very competitive. So I would imagine we're going to be up towards the top of the standings again.
When is the opener for the season?
Yeah, the opener is this Friday, May 29th. So we're expecting a huge crowd. We've got a pre-game festival with the tailgate concert. The band Porcelain Bus Drivers is going to be out there playing. We're going to have a food truck, a bounce house. Game kicks off at 6:30.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll get a win against our newest league member, the Olean Oilers. They just joined our league, so welcome to the Oilers to our league. And we're going to end the night with post-game fireworks. So hopefully fans get a good kick out of that.
And this is back-to-back years hosting brand new teams. The Ironbacks last year, this year with the Oilers.
Yeah, good memory there. Yeah, we our league is growing, which is awesome. That's something that you want to see as a league member yourself. Last year we added the Niagara Ironbacks from St. Catharines, Ontario. So not only just an addition, but an addition into another country, into Canada. And then the Olean Oilers bounced over from a different league to ours. So to see our league expanding shows just kind of the growth and strength that we've had over the last few years.
What are some things this season that fans should look out for from even like events? Like I know you guys do the Christmas in July and like the fireworks, even from event standpoint or baseball in general. What do you think fans should look out for this year? Yeah,
absolutely. So first and foremost, we're going to have fun. And like I said before, we're going to kick off the season Friday with a opening night tailgate fireworks, but we've got $2 nights sprinkled in there, $2 hot dogs, beer, and bleacher tickets. We've got some free games, community buyout nights, where all tickets are free for fans. Yep. We're doing a youth baseball and softball night, where we're going to recognize all the youth baseball and softball players. First responders night, we're going to do a big 4th of July, America's 250th anniversary, of independence celebration with fireworks on July 3rd. Christmas in July, we'll be having July 25th to end the season. So, every night we have almost a promotion plan, and it's going to be a jam-packed season. So fans can definitely look forward to coming to a game, having fun. And of course, we talked a little bit about the baseball side. We're going to have a pretty good team this year. So hopefully they'll get a good show too.
So talk about your team, but is there any players from like bigger programs that fans should look out for?
Yeah, we've got a pitcher who's at I'm blanking on the school. We do have some bigger schools that have sent their players here. Canisius up in Buffalo, they sent 4 players to us.
Oh,
and
really?
They're a pretty good team in their their league this year. But we've got players that are coming from Florida, from Pennsylvania, Ohio, and really all over the East Coast. So definitely there's some future MLB draft products out there. We'll put it that way. So
is there any players from Jamestown natives on the team this year?
Yeah, we've got a few. We've got 2 returning players. Branston Lindquist. He's from Falconer. Ended up going to high school in Buffalo, but he is from Falconer. Played on the World Series teams here. And then Blake Herman's from Gowanda. He's coming back to us, and he's from, like I said, Gowanda. So that's huge to have those 2 back. And then we also have a kid named Aiden Gruber. He's a pitcher at Clarion University. He's from Frewsburg. So to have those 3 coming back is huge. And have those 2 coming back is huge. And then Aiden joining us this year is going to be good.
So on to like more returning players. What do you think makes it so special that like these players return? How do you think that impacts the team?
Yeah, I think from day one they know what to expect, and they can share that with their teammates. So I think that for us to be able to have returning players come back, it not only says that, you know, we've done a good job as an organization, right? They had a great time last year, but also the fact that, you know, they can now, hey, you know, this is how we do things. You know, this is how we, you know, interact with our fans and the community, and we're going to do these different community events. So having returning players coming back is huge, because from, like I said, day one, you can get, you know, going.
Yeah, so again, on the returning players, who is returning? Do you know everyone who's returning?
Yeah, we've got Eric Weeks from Canisius,
Yeah.
Justin Bremner from Canisius, Branston Lindquist from Toledo, Blake Herman from Canisius, Cohen Harris, and Matthew Dumas.
So yeah, that's
so 6.
a good group.
One more. Joaquin Rodriguez Costa from University of Delaware. So 7 players.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was honestly, from commentating last year, that's a good group coming back, and then there's going to be more.
Yep.
So thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hope to see some games this year, and we'll see you guys next week on CCS Sportscast.
Looking for something special, something you won't find anywhere else? That's Gift Boutique is downtown Jamestown's destination for ready-to-go gifts, gorgeous home and garden decor, and all those perfect little finds you didn't know you needed. Just steps away from all your favorite spots, make Dots on 3rd Street your next stop downtown. Dots Gift Boutique. You'll find just what you're looking for.
Lake vibes, local flavor. Lakewood has it all. From mornings at the market to afternoons on the courts and evenings by the water. Every moment here feels like summer. Add in sailing, playgrounds, and live music in the park. And you've got the perfect mix of play and chill. Lakewood, New York, where good times live.